All right, so guys, if you haven't seen this, this is what I was referencing with my GGs. Here we go. I think hopefully it won't be too loud.
10 seconds. 10 seconds remaining.
DK comes out, son of Puppy, and the roar as well. Hey, you're gonna hear, but here comes
I want to make that my ringtone so bad. Oh God, what a brilliant thing that is.
Radiant team pick.
Game's coming up right now, guys. Still waiting on Ranktious and waiting for the draft to commence, and we will officially start the stream, so just wait a little bit more.
I have returned.
I'm Ranktious.
No, you're not, you fucking liar. I mean, god damn it.
Oh, that's fine, dude.
Dire team pick.
You
I'm next. I'm just kidding.
I showed him the...
We're going to just screw with so many viewers, and we'll never know.
I know,
who
right?
who at this point.
We will just be one person.
We'll be an
One person
amalgamation of
yes.
just voices and personality.
We'll be Nextious. Next
Wow,
rank.
so look at this respect band. TA
Yep.
coming out.
#1 band. They didn't even make it the #2 band just to
Yeah,
make
no,
it so
they're
that it's
like,
less respect.
None of this.
Yep.
Yeah, TA Doom, not surprising at all. Like, didn't Team Pants have the Doom last time? I'm pretty sure.
It was Team
Team pick.
Pants
Team
had
Pants.
Doom. Yes.
Yeah. So I guess they don't want to play it this time, and they don't want to play against it, which is totally understandable.
Yep.
And Brewmaster and Lycan band coming out totally makes sense.
Yep. Watermelon and
Razor.
Shadow Shaman still on the board. Yep.
Yeah, so on a Razor first pickup, which, like I said before, makes a lot of sense. You know, Razor just wins that lane hands down most of the time. It's really hard to play against, and then you get a super fast mech, and you have
10 seconds.
amazing team fight, and amazing push, and you have tank, and you have range, and it's good.
Radiant
And
team
Shadow
back.
Shaman Sand King. We used to see more Sand King back in the day, still see a little bit of it. You can jungle really well, get a fast blink dagger. Your stun's really good once you get that blink. Your stun's good in lane. You can gank with him a little bit. It's good. And like we said before, Shadow Shaman's got that push to him, that wave clear, and that CC. And Skywrath this game. Interesting. I wonder what they're going to combo with it, if anything. I would hope something.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at Radiant's team, like they have, like this is what I like about their draft so far. Just when you look at those two, they have the ability, like in the early game, once Plasma Field gets ranked, to just like do a ton of nuke damage at long range. Like if their concussive shot
Oh,
comes out,
yeah,
Mystic Flare,
for
Plasma
sure.
Field, that's so much damage. Like, honestly, that's a factor. It's hard to kind of play against when they have that much kind of siege. When they're sitting at a tower, right, you can just go in and Plasma Field. I love Tinker's like band noise.
Band noise, yeah.
Like it doesn't even fit any of his other voiceovers.
No, not at all. That is not what Tinker sounds
Oh wait!
like. But
Oh
they were
my
like,
god! I just realized what that's from.
What?
This is it's so cool. I know people knew that before this, I bet, but I'm just now realizing this, and I'm proud of myself for realizing it. That noise is like the little aliens from Half-Life. They go like they have that weird clicking noise.
I mean, every hero has their own like band noise, and they have several of them.
No, I know that, but his band noise, Tinker's, is because all of his voiceovers are Half-Life 3 references or Half-Life Half-Life references, not Half-Life 3. Yeah, so I didn't even know that's the first voiceover though that is actually of like another creature, not just the scientist from the game.
Interesting.
That's pretty funny. It goes like,
So new stuff happening. Mirana ban and Enigma ban. Totally understandable. Kind of weird considering they picked up a Darkseer right away, and they have tons of, well, not tons, but they have a big amount of Wombo combo so far, just with Epi, Wall, Vacuum, Burrow Strike, and Tidehunter pickup. To kind of counter against that. I was actually going to say earlier, I wish they would get a Clockwork to go with like the Skywrath and the Razor, just to get like something to go with their like crazy range that they have. They can initiate at range, they can fight at range, and then what do you do as the other team? You can't even get close to the like bulk of the other team. And even if the Clockwork dies, like you've essentially won the team fight. But a Ursa pickup, we've seen an Ursa a couple times, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. If Ursa snowballs early, GG. It's damage has been done, but if Ursa doesn't know how to like get that going within the laning phase, then Ursa's not that big of a deal. But we'll see how it works out. And Vengeful Spirit immediately picked up, which is super smart. I love Venge like as a hero. When I have to play support, Venge is usually my go-to. But Venge is actually crazy good against Ursa. You can swap somebody out. You can stop people from like getting into trouble with both Shadow Shaman and Sand King, like CCs and stuns. So I like it. I approve.
I cannot believe that they're picking an Ursa into a Razor Venge that can swap through BKB, Tidehunter that without BKB is going to wreck you, slow you, stun you, Skywrath Mage same, there's a slow there, there's a silence so that he can't like rage or overpower again.
I mean,
this is so rough, man.
It will be hard, but like Ursa's all about the snowball. If you can get 10 kills within 10 minutes, like all that stuff is suddenly not going to matter anyways. But if you're not going to do that, let's say, it doesn't even matter. They could have like way worse kind of things that an Ursa would have to play against, and he'd still probably lose.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. I think he can snowball, but like. Yeah, it definitely, it's going to come down to, I think the Sand King is going to have to carry them in a big way, before that, while that snowball's happening.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And since they have a Darkseer, like, it's going to be super, like, reliant on the Sand King. Like, Epicenter's going to be what they do to win team fights until this Ursa's ready to man mode the entire team.
Yeah. And the last pick, there's a ban from Wraith King and a ban from Ember Spirit, both heroes in the last game.
Saw last game.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, that Ember Spirit dominated the early game and made really big plays throughout the rest of the game. Totally understandable.
Definitely true.
And they need a mid hero, and why give them what they're comfortable with, obviously.
Yeah, so let's think about what they need next. We have Sand King could possibly off lane, but I don't think he could against the Skywrath Mage Venge.
This is definitely going to be Darkseer, Sand King like being the 2.5 within the tri lane of just stacking, pulling, jungling type thing.
Yeah.
And so they need a mid hero, and it looks like Team Improving needs a carry of some sort.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
So we shall see. I like both the bans that happened from each team. Very smart. Invoker, and there's their mid hero. That's not bad. I approve. That goes with Darkseer and Sand King incredibly well, even with Ursa. And a Morphling.
There's the carry
pick. That's crazy. Morphling's great. You can get away from Ursa. You can hopefully like morph through Epicenter and Sand King and the whole wombo. Like if they do it well, it'll work.
Absolutely. This is gonna be pretty good late game coming out from Team Improvement, and like they have strong mid game and some pretty strong late game in my opinion. So I like Team Improvement's draft. I think that it's cool that Team Pants have the Ursa. Oh, by the way, sorry to everyone listening from Team Pants. We called you Team Pants because, well, we're PG-13 here at the next level.
We can't call you by your real name.
Yeah. Oh, so quick question for you, Ranxious. Can you hear a fan in the background? Is there increased static on my mic?
All right, be quiet for a sec. No, you sound totally fine.
Nice. Perfect. It's really a low fan. Ooh, nice cosmetic on Darkseer. Okay, so we gotta do a couple things. We gotta call out who's playing who, and we also have to do our bets. So who would you put for your bet?
Like Team Improvement won last game, and I saw why they won, and they don't really have that kit, and I think with that kit they could win again. But I think that Team Pants did well enough to like justify that they can do this with an Ursa, and I'm going to go on Team Pants.
I'm going Improvement. So we got a game here. It's 1-0 in terms of bets, but there's going to be something so close. There's almost a Burrow Strike, but no, there's not going to be there. And
yeah, level 1 Burrow Strike, low range.
Yep, and no boots or anything to like make sure he chases. Yes. So, call out who's playing who in the Game 2 of the RD2L Reddit Dota 2 League at Next Level Dota, cast by Next and Ranxious. Game 2 with the 1-0 going the way of Team Improvement in the last game. In the mid lane, starting with Team Pants, Moo playing the Invoker. In the defensive tri-lane, Blogvark playing the Shadow Shaman, Ace playing the Sand King, Neo playing the Ursa, and in the offlane, Darkseer being played by Mr. Clean. Against the defensive tri-lane, for Razor being played by Tief Blau, and the Venge being played by Virage, and Brenner playing the Skywrath Mage. In the mid lane, Brick against the Invoker, playing the Morphling in the solo off lane for the Radiant. The last member for Team Improving is Megahertz. Now, who's gonna win the tri lane is the question. Who's gonna have the most trouble? What? Oh wow, it's Invis Darkseer. I was like, what is he just sitting here for?
Yeah, I lucky him. Gives him at least, 10 more
he's gonna
seconds
get level
of
2,
Invis.
and Darkseer needs level 2.
Yeah, it's way safer once you get that level 2. I find it really surprising that Razor's within the tri lane. He's obviously versus an offlaner, and Darkseer's able to like surge away. So for Razor's sake, it would be better to put him at someone he might have an easier time, or at least a chance at like killing. I suppose.
Razor is really, really good against Ursa. I said that in the draft, but I just saw it casted a game where that was the case. And it's just like
the last time we saw Ursa.
Yeah, he literally did
Razor.
0 damage, and it can't come bad against that static link.
Yeah, but Ursa's starting with boots, so he knows that he can snowball. But the lane's so far pushed up, he doesn't really have a chance yet. We'll see what happens, but they haven't even tried to pull yet, not that they could.
Now, I believe that this doesn't actually block this camp?
Do you not?
I don't think this blocks, but I'd have to verify. I would have put this here maybe if it blocked, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't, so that's my guess.
We'll see.
Yep. We'll see if my ward knowledge is as good as I say it is. Speaking of wards, well, actually speaking of Darkseer getting right-clicked by Venge, which I wasn't talking about, he has to go the long way, walk of shame, because he's going to get completely zoned out by the supports. I was going to say this ward, I've talked about this ward, it's a good ward. If you put your Observer here, it's going to most likely get countered, but, if the sentry gets placed here...
Sand King did find it, by the way.
Oh, good, he found the ward. Cool. So it probably did block, I'm guessing, and that's how they knew there was a ward there.
Perhaps.
Very good to know. Top rune here, Morphling not going to get that rune. The haste is going to go the way of the Sand King, and he's like, Shadow Shaman, stop blocking me. that
Morphling even used all his mana to waveform to try to get it, and he couldn't get it. That could have been tremendously bad.
Yeah, maybe. He could have morphed some strength, but,
yeah,
the
shift rate starts at 1, so it takes a while to morph at low levels.
True. And look at the supports from the Radiant team. They're waiting in the wake. Patience from Zoe. They have their smoke up, just like IG in that TI2 epic game, The Play. And they're going to be trying to go on this Invoker. They're going to go the long route. Actually, it expired. Okay, I didn't actually know it was that close. They must have used it a long time ago. And wow, just waiting here and then being like, well, we can't do anything. Usually you go around, try to do something, which they're going to do now after the smoke is pretty much expired. There isn't any ward here for the Dire team. Pants, so they're not going to really spot this out unless Skywrath walks into tower range, which now he is. Is there going to be any? No, there's no Wexo, no Ghost Walk. He's going to be slowed now, but he moves to Quas Orbs, so he's a little bit tanky. He has more extra regen. He gets 2 points into Quas to make sure he regens even more, but there's going to be an Arcane Bolt, but no Magic Missile. The slow didn't slow him enough. There's the Cold Snap almost on the Skywrath Mage, but he dodges it. There's the Magic Missile, but the Ursa's here. He's cranking on this Morphling, but there's Waveform away. There's no stun. Is there going to be anything else? Skywrath slowing up the Ursa, and this is going to be the end of it. There's nothing left. But wow, what a weird engagement. TP's coming out. Was Ursa, I feel like he was just, I guess, in that area. I don't think he TP'd.
Ursa TP'd in.
Oh, he did. Okay. So yeah, that's quite a commitment. At least drawing that out.
I like that he tried, though. He definitely realizes what he is and what he should try to do. He should try to get kills. He's got 2 in Overpower. Yeah. He's got the 1 in Earthshock. Yeah, and he's got Phase Boots. He can chase.
That's true.
And I think it's totally worth it.
This part of the game, there's supports without boots at all, and you have Phase.
You can catch people, for sure.
People, yeah. So, but he still is topping the charts in terms of last hit, even over the Razor in the bot lane here.
Who has been here the entire time, most of the time uncontested.
Yeah. So the Darkseer maybe doing pretty good. That Invis rune has certainly done work in allowing him to get those early levels, and now his Ion Shells are hitting like trucks. And yeah, that's really good. So this is how I use the Darkseer should play. I don't know if the Invis rune is certainly a great way to start the lane, and we've seen Darkseer not do so well in the off lane because he is a strange off lane. He's one of the only off lanes that pushes the lane in a way that you don't want it to. Giving you more gold than XP, I'd say, if anything, making yourself vulnerable to getting zoned out. But yeah, it's worked out really well, and now he has Surge. He can get silenced up, but it's not going to be hard to kill him. And
I mean, Darkseer is level 5 at the moment, and that's tremendous for an offlaner.
Yeah, he could just man up and go on the Skywrath Mage and kill him in
no time
he could
definitely get lucky.
Yeah, if he slows him, he just surges in on him. But yeah, it's pretty much even here in the mid lane. About equal last hits and equal last denies, 19 to 8 and 6 to 6 respectively. Cold Snap being used. That nerf is not doing that much damage, but he has Exort. He's level 2 and he's doing quite a big right clicks. Wow, the waveform's off the mark. Is there going to be a Sunstrike here as well? Dodge coming out from the Morphling.
Dodge.
And it's a wonderful dodge indeed. You look for the cast animation of his hands
Oh,
flinging
up
out.
top,
Oh,
Tidehunter
there's
going
Force
down.
Blood.
Oh,
Tidehunter going
but
down, but in
Skywrath.
recompense, Ursa's going to go down to the Skywrath Mage. First Blood is getting spent, but is there going to be anything else? There's going to be an Arcane Bolt double kill going the way of the Skywrath Mage.
Very nice. Definitely worth the TP.
Yeah, gets a T. So using a TP, but pretty much I'd say, yeah, going the way of the Dire team for, or wait, no, going the way of the Radiant team for sure. I'd say because you know that's a carry kill. You just lost your offlaner, big deal. And yeah, getting a double kill.
Bottom trying to go on. Racer trying to go on Darkseer.
The Ion Shell doing work. It's doing so much work, but the Eye of the Storm is
Fight.
so close.
Yeah,
But here comes the
there he
Ursa.
goes.
He doesn't get the Earth Shock, unfortunately. He has Haste Boots, but this is a Razor who at least has 1 point into Unstable Current, so he's getting pretty fast. One right click.
Swipe.
There's the Earth Shock.
Did it.
He actually got rank 2 Earth Shock as well. Venge looking to go in. But,
This is actually more of a common like laning Ursa build, which I imagine a lot of people don't see.
yeah.
The slow is very important when you're trying to get kills as an Ursa.
It's not a bad AoE nuke at 140 points damage
for
at
sure.
at
And
rank
the
2.
slow is
Yeah,
phenomenal.
35%. He actually gets a third rank into it. 45% slow right now. Wow, he wants nobody getting away, and he growls. He wants more. TP back in from Razor. Will they see him? Unfortunately, he does get spotted out. He didn't go behind the trees, but he's not going to get it once again. There's a Surge, but he's not going in on that. That would be a magic missile straight to the face, and not good.
Yeah, he would have had to surge and then Earthshock, but even then he would have got Magic Missile.
Yeah, for sure.
And Shadow Shaman getting some levels top, which I'm sure he's enjoying right now.
Yeah, and that goes with Skywrath Mage on the opposing side. He is level 5 just from kills. That double kill top giving him so much XP. And that early Mystic Flare is going to be able to get some super easy early kills, even on this Darkseer, if he gets a silence off into a slow. But Sand King, let's look at him. He has 1,400 gold almost, and stacking some camps. Unfortunately, there's a Mud Golem in this one, so he's not going to be really get anything out of this. Ursa's like, I want camps too, but I'm going to go back to lane. And this is that early support getting XP. Yeah, you talked about the Shadow Shaman, and we touched on this before, just getting that early XP for those supports is huge. And now they're going to be able to push the towers a little bit earlier than usual with that Sand King XP. And mid lane, Skywrath was trying to go on the Invoker, but nothing to be said for it. Ooh, look at this Ancient Cap stack coming out from Tidehunter.
Oh wow, he's gonna be happy.
Yeah.
And he has 3 levels Anchor Smash, so he can do it. It's gonna take a little longer than 4, but still not bad.
I am really loving like this scrim has been extremely satisfying.
High skilled.
Yeah, like actually refreshing because
Yeah.
like we see Tidehunters that are actually stacking Ancients when they have tough lanes to go against. Darkseers that are actually winning like in the off lane despite just like not having a good thing and just like really good fights. Ursa's manning up, getting good builds. I'm really liking this. And so, wow, that's going to be so much gold for this Tidehunter. He's almost, well, wow, he's almost going to die. He should have spent, what's his unreliable gold? Off the charts, yeah. So it's good that he didn't die there, or else he would have lost quite a bit amount of money.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember what the formula is. It's like 50 times your level. No, it's like 30 times your level. So he would have lost 210 gold, I think. Facts.
I actually do not know what the formula
Yep.
is, so I'll have to take your word for it.
Yep.
Radiant's top tower
30.
is
I think
under
it's 30.
attack.
So Sand King, if he can stack this, okay, he's not gonna stack the large camp, but he should have his blink as well any moment now. Not any moment, but within the next like 2 to 3 minutes.
Sad Venge can't deward this because of her low range. She's going to have to use Wave of Terror in order to get vision on it, but she's just not going to do it. The vision doesn't last that long, I think, on Wave of Terror.
A little bit, not long.
Ooh, yep, but this Darkseer is doing really good. Plasma taking down tons of damage. God, it does so much damage. It's absolutely insane. And, yeah. So Sand King really close to his blink now. 300 gold, but on the mid lane there was 2v2 Magic Missile onto the Invoker. Shadow Shaman maybe going to shackle someone up, but he's going to waveform right on the Invoker. Sunstrike going to be off the mark, and now the Invoker's running away. Quas Orb's flying, and nothing left for the Radiant team, unfortunately. Is Skywrath 6? Yes, he is. Can he do something amazing here? I want to see it. I want to see the Mystic Flare.
Darkseer actually pinged out his own jungle, showing Ursa, hey, I need you to kill all all these mud golems within this jungle.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
You're pretty good at this. Why don't you do it?
You do this. My sand
Yep.
does nothing. They're
No.
made of rock.
I feel like Skywrath should certainly find a target for his ult. I missed a
Oh,
kill on the
wow.
Darkseer.
Yeah,
He was a
on
1v1,
Darkseer.
and actually Razor gets a kill on the Darkseer, surprisingly. That plasma field is really, really strong.
And Razor just finished his mech 10 minutes in, as well as phase boots. Not a bad time for a mech at all.
Yep, and now the Tidehunter gets that blink with the mech, and that is like some wind games. But the Sand King is certainly ahead in terms of getting some blink dagger. As soon as he goes to the side shop, he will have that blink dagger, and Tidehunter is going to be a little bit behind, but it's going to come down to who gets the better ults.
So Tidehunter actually has boots where Sand King does not. Tidehunter is a little bit ahead in gold,
that's
given that knowledge.
That is good information. Net worth showing that, yes, he is indeed 300 gold over the Sand King. So the offlane Tidehunter doing
So
pretty-
smart.
Yeah, so smart. So now there's the blink dagger, and he'll have it soon. And so the question is, who has the better team fight contribution with their ult? Sand King immediately getting his blink dagger and TPing into the mid lane. They want to make something happen. Ursa, he is growling. He's behind too. He wants to make something happen. This is a Morphling. Well, he's going to get a couple right clicks. There's the Earthshock. He is slowed down for quite a bit of time longer. But they're not going in because the Skyrath's TPing in, and that could be a Mystic Flare as well. But there's 4 people here. Sand King doesn't want to dive that deep, surprisingly. Doesn't know where the Radiant is. He can see the Racer bottom, but he's just, they're kind of playing really apprehensive. But both teams are, now that I think about it, because Mystic Flare hasn't been used, not even once yet. And when you get a level 6 that early as a support, you want to use it. So this is really apprehensive so far.
Ursa now going for Rosh, not terribly late. He could have done it sooner, but he was going for kills, so hard to argue with him.
Yeah. Really, really close.
Oh man, with the low stacks of Fury Swipes, it's actually really noticeable that Rosh is giving him a hard time.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, the Forge Spirit's going to try to tank it up. There we go. And he loses his Fury stacks, though, so that's really bad. Or his Fury Stacks. But there's the double Forge Bros going on him. Sand King blinked off the mark completely. Waveform hits on 2, really close to killing Invoker, but now he gets shackled up on the backlines, and he gets Sunstrike. So there's going to be the only kill of that engagement. And now they're not going to go back in. Radiant team backing up. There was the mech, but he wasn't there, unfortunately. Well, actually, he still doesn't even have it. I thought that he actually had picked it up, but it's on the courier right now, I believe. Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he got that like
Boom.
2 minutes ago. I'm surprised he didn't ferry that to him sooner.
That might have been a huge difference in that fight.
Yeah,
Because there was a lot of the Radiant team that were... But now Tidehunter has his Blink Dagger, and Sand King hasn't used his ult yet, but he is waiting in the wings. Patience from Zoe. He's staying right there, ready to use his ult. So I love how they're playing the same game, Tidehunter and Sand King. They both have Blink Daggers, both have Teamfight Ultimates, and they're just sitting there like... And both teams don't know each other have the Blink Dagger unless they saw... I'm pretty sure they saw the Blink Dagger coming out from Sand King, though. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. And they got the same timings pretty much. All right, so Roshan is like half health, and they actually blinked in, looking to make sure like if they were all there, he was going to ravage on that. Observer ward on the dire side, spotting out everything. Sand King, Ion Shell up. This is a rank 4 Ion Shell with a blink from the Burrow Strike. There it is, and now it's doing work with the Sunstrike. That's a kill, and the Razor with the mech doing work. Wow, that's a great combo. Sand King, Burrow Strikes in with the nuke damage. Rank 4 on both, and a Sunstrike as well.
That Sand King, like, if you notice that medium camp is stacked 3 times, that Sand King should go try to steal that.
Oh, yeah. Right here, yep. It's almost close to dying as well.
Yeah?
Yep, and so Dire are going to be able to get this Aegis, because Skywrath Mage has to get that mana. He wants to be able to use his ult, and he used too much in the last fight, so now it's to kill the Roshan. First blood on Roshan going the way of the Dire team. Wow. Without either teamfight ultimates being used, Darkseer and Vizrun going in with an Ion Shell. He wants to do the invisibility. Unfortunately, he's using it on this Invoker who he thinks is real. He's like, look, guys, I'm doing a cool thing.
I'm so smart.
Look at me. He has no idea what's going on. Top kick.
Ursa just laughed.
Oh, wow. In the mid lane, the Aegis gets popped on Ursa, so he actually died. That was actually the Aegis. And now he goes on the Ravage being used, saving the Skyrath Mage. So the Mystic Flare was used on the Ursa. Invoker's so close to dying, but now it's Tidehunter. The right clicks from the Ursa doing so much. There's the Magic Missile in tower range. He's taking a little bit of damage, but there's the Surge coming out from Darkseer. Such a good combo. But the Plasma Field taking out the Shadow Shaman. And wow. Yeah, the Aegis made it so that it would have been a 2v2, but 2-4-2, but it's a 2-for-1. Twofer. Ursa going back and forth because of the creeps. Can't go uphill. That's the funny thing about creeps. They can't go uphill. They're like,
they will
nope,
chase until they get to that point.
And they like do this weird stutter step where they're like,
Ursa also picking up his blink dagger now. 15 minutes in, not bad.
Oh, all right. So wow, they're looking to get really like.
Yeah, the
I
team
think I
fights
agree
are
with
happening.
this.
Yeah,
you
they
have
should
yeah.
they should definitely try to team fight sooner than later because this Morphling only has a Ring of Aquila and boots in a bottle to his name, so
Yeah.
he doesn't have enough to really like make anything happen. This is their time to shine right here.
Yep.
They have blinks on the necessary heroes and they have ultimates. They need to do it.
Now you say that, but Darkseer doesn't have his mech up yet, but he will have it up in 700 gold. So I was gonna say if they didn't have that mech, then they'd be fighting into a mech. But at least now they're gonna mech on this.
No, that's logical. They should give Darkseer time to get that. In fact, Darkseer is bottom farming, and they should try to prioritize farm on him
For sure.
just to get that finished.
Yeah, and I agree with the blink because you blink him with Sand King, but he's gonna get that initiation, but you want that instant follow up of damage. So Ursa getting that is really important.
It's like blink on Wraith King. If you like stun with Wraith King, you still have to run up to people. Wow, really close. He doesn't have a stun, so it wouldn't have
just
done anything.
but just gonna hit him, I guess. But it is a rank 4 Earthshock, so a little bit of nuke damage. He's like a Brewmaster, almost. Oh, here comes the blink. Is he going to get it on someone? He's not going to go in quite yet. He wants to follow up on the Sand King. Sand King should go first. There's the Sand King on the Morphling. He's stunned up. He's morphing Earth, but the damage is way too strong. No, he waveforms away. Now there's the Mystic Flare. So much damage from the Plasma Field on the Dire team. They have to get back. There's nothing they can do now. Is Ravage up? No, it won't be up for 25 seconds. Surge on the Darkseer, but he blinks in anyways, getting a kill on the Shadow Shaman, and that's going to be the end for this engagement, but they might push on this. Blinking from Sand King, the Eye of the Storm plus the waveform and the magic missile going to take him down for sure. A little bit of
a good try, but that was dangerous as hell.
Well, you're not able to do that unless you like invis. I don't know if he had Sandstorm up at the time, but
even if he did, like that's a Razor with a mech. That's the tankiest hero they have at the moment. Like he's definitely the worst choice for that.
Yep, it's not like Sunstrike was off cooldown because it was on cooldown, and yeah. So wow, that was without a Ravage, still going the way of the Radiant team. The mech doing a lot of work there. The blink in from the Morphling, not getting a kill on that was really, really bad. They were so close. He started morphing strength, and they were only able to burst him down in that time, unfortunately. But yeah, and the Radiant team just were all here too. Good movement. They made sure they were in the right place at the right time, make sure to respond to Dire's aggression and saying, yeah, we have a mech, definitely. And so, like, we see you guys grouping up, and we're going to be here too. Ursa back to farming the top lane. Gonna finish off his, well, I don't actually know where he's gonna go. I was gonna say finish off his Vlads, but not everyone does Vlads anymore.
Oh, Avenged D-Warding gets caught by the blink Sand King, Sunstrike.
Sandstorm doing some damage. Right click from the Forge Spirits. What are they? What?
They don't have vision up there. I think it's wise that they backed off. They don't know who's there.
I mean, it's true. It's true. The Invoke was on cooldown, so there wasn't gonna be any more spells.
Yeah, he already Sunstriked.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's close.
Good, there's a stun onto the Razor now. He's going to have mech for this, plus he's got a 4 wand charges, but now he's hexed up, and the Ether Shock doing enough damage. The Magic Missile disjointed by the Sandstorm, and wow, this Vengeful Spirit is so close. Sunstrike way off the mark.
Wrong way.
Yep. And not even going to lead him in any way, shape, or fashion. Drum being used. They want this kill. Is there going to be an Invoke in 4 seconds? Yes, there will. But this Tidehunter's here. He doesn't have enough mana for Ravage. Actually, it's already used. I didn't actually see where he used it now that I think about it. And is there going to be a right-click on Exhort? Yeah, there's the Exhort right-click doing so much damage. And able to take him out. Now just TP away. Nothing's going to cancel that. Sand King's out of the way. Where did the Ravage get used?
He
got a solo kill on Ursa. Yeah.
Oh man,
That's
we both missed that, and Morphling gets a waveform auto attack on the Shadow Shaman going down.
So much action around this map right now in so many different places, but that's a huge contribution. Tidehunter getting a solo kill on an Ursa, even if it's a Ravage, that's a really big worth. Yeah, 100%. Baited it out. Maybe he just manned up with Anchor Smash, and he's like, dude, I got Anchor Smash, you got 60% damage reduction. And now in bot lane, speaking of Ursa, he's not dead now, he's back, and there's a blink with a surge, with the right click, there's more, and the Sunstrike is going to clean it up. Whew. And the Sand King was here as well to Blink's Burrow Strike. The aggression is real. They believe in Ursa. Yeah, this is such, when you have a Darkseer Ursa like that?
Yeah, it's 9-9. Like, Ursa doesn't fight on even grounds. You have to be ahead.
Blink in from Ursa, but he's going to get Magic Missile as soon as he faces him. There's the Sand King Burrow Strike, even before the Magic Missile, and that's a kill on the Venge as well. She got spotted out in this path, and that's a kill.
Ursa blind blinked with an Earthshock, missed it, but still got her.
Yeah. And that's a tower, going the way of the Dire team. Team Pants, playing well. They know their strengths. They're employing them. Now this Morphling, on the other hand, does have a Ghost Scepter, so he's going to have that E-Blade up in pretty close. He's almost going to have his, Eagle Song. And there's a combo coming out from the Yule Scepter, enough to take down the Skywrath Mage, who ran with the Meatball.
Mystic Flare, not on the mark.
Nope. You don't want to run with that Meatball. I know you
More
want
like Panic Flare is what I would have called that.
Panic Flare. Mystic Flare, Panic Flare. That's a pretty good pun there.
Yeah,
I'd say that's pretty classy.
It's punny.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking clever.
I hear some screams from Ursa
here we
Bear.
go.
He blinks in on the Razor. There's going to be the mech, but it actually didn't
That's
get used
so
before the Burrow
strong.
Strike. God, there's nothing they can do. The Dire team are grouped up with 3 of them. That Darkseer, Ursa, and Sand King. Even just the Sand King Ursa. We talked about the fact that instant follow-up on that damage, and it's being shown here. When you employ it over and over, and the team you're going against isn't grouped up, you're going to get picked off one by one when you show up to lane like that.
And they have everything they need to 5-man at this point.
Yep. They're on the
Whereas this Morphling, they're still waiting on this Morphling to get his shotgun, which he will be able to get like right now. It's on the courier.
Nice.
And yo, I thought Tide might pick it off, but he's their team. Wow, the trash talk is real.
Oh damn.
They must love doing
These
that,
guys
by
are
the way.
so rude. The BM is so strong. I'm surprised they don't pick Beastmaster and Broodmother because the BM.
You can't pick Broodmother, but
Bad manners, Broodmother, Beastmaster. Oh yeah, you can't. You're right.
just kidding, guys.
Yep. Just kidding.
But E-Blade picked up, so
I mean, it's something.
I wish that
It's the
since
E-Blade Mystic Flare.
Yeah, I put my money on I put my point that I have the ability to get this game on Team Pants, and I wish they were farther ahead right now because Morphling's finally ready to fight, and they don't have enough of an advantage. I feel like, so I'm getting worried, but I'll keep believing in this Sand King Ursa.
Here's the thing: this Ursa does not have his BKB, and unless
not
Surge
yet.
is there, if he gets shotgun and Mystic Flare, that dude's dead.
Oh yeah, nothing. he
Oh,
did.
there it is! Boom!
There it is.
He doesn't even need the Mystic Flare, just the Plasma Field and the... Oh, he's so squishy, but a huge... And the Ravage is there to counteract it just a little bit, but that was so huge. There's 2 dead on the Radiant now. Razor's linking up. That's 2. It's 3v2 now. There's just the Razor, but he's so low health. And that Epicenter, he was a martyr. He ended up dying. But that did so much damage.
If that was a level 2 epicenter, all of them would have died. But wow, that was amazing. If Ursa would have been there to follow that up with an Earthshock, all of them would have gone down except for the Razor and the Tide, and then he could have just auto-attacked that Razor down.
Yes, that was freaking amazing. That's the Sand King plays. That's Zai right there. You don't like engage right at the beginning. You wait for the perfect moment. And the wards are definitely paying off too. They took down the tier 2 mid earlier, and now they're taking bot. Just making sure that that's the good push coming out from Shadow Shaman.
So criticizing the Ursa maybe a little much, but like they are still getting so much off of him dying. Like tower, they got kills out of it. Team improving, had to run away. Like it was definitely well played for the Ursa's death.
Yeah, definitely. Like that. Yeah, that Ursa was dead, and they were able to get that off of them. Like so clearly, improving the strategy is working. They were able to burst down. That was the test. They have the magic damage. I'm a little surprised he was able to do even that much damage with simply an E-Blade plus his nukes. Like that was a solo pretty much. Like the Plasma Field did a little bit of damage.
Yeah,
but
it finished him off. But yeah. I mean, he's got max level adaptive strike. Once you get the E-Blade, you do get a big amount of agility out of it, 40 out of it. So, you get something. And he's got a bit of agility. He could morph a little bit more. Usually I try to stay around 1,000 health, but he's kind of doing that. 1,100, 13 when he... Oh, now he has 13. Maybe... Oh, he just got his Ogre Club. But yeah, he could morph a bit more agility to do a bit more damage, but it was enough.
Some extremely good wards coming out from the Dire team. Unconventional. If there's this sentry here, notice the sentry is on the Uber ward, but it does not see this observer. So this is exactly really good. I love this. Unconventional, and gives extremely good aggressive vision, which they need when Ursa Sand King. Speaking of which, Sand King in the top lane. He's always in the Mystic Flare. Is he going to blink? Wait, what? How did he blink? I'm so confused how he blinked out of that when he was taking damage. But the Plasma Field's there to cleaning him up just afterwards. Now Shadow Shaman and Skywrath are dead. Invoker is now soon to follow. He's by himself. Can he Ghost Walk? He's not. He doesn't have an Invoke up, nor any of his cooldowns. But he's running away. Is there going to be a blink? Yep, boom. There's the Anchor Smash.
He was so close to being able to cast it.
Yep, that was so close. I missed a little bit of that fight. The Shadow Shaman death, I think I was unbeknownst to.
Yeah, I was watching the Sand King while that happened.
Yeah,
that Sand King.
Do we know why he was able to blink away?
Well, no, he burrow striked away, and then he could have blinked, but he like ran around the edge
way longer than I
was
thought.
Out of sight.
Yeah,
he could have played that better and lived, which was a bummer. Like I've done the same thing where you burrow strike away and then accidentally click move around to a place where people can see you, and then you're like, ah, damn it. But yeah, he could have played that a little better.
Too true. Now this Ursa, we were talking about, yeah, he can just get shotgunned down, but perfect timing. This Ursa is now farming, and he's going to have his BKB in very, very short order.
I love that he's stopped fighting, by the way. He has Rosh,
Yep.
It gave him a bit of money, he's doing Ancients, like, he's like, guys, I need BKB, we can do stuff after that happens.
Yeah.
And that's definitely the right move.
I was going to say, maybe he just should go more Morbid Mask into BKB, but, like, then, I mean, he got a little bit of damage, but yeah.
I think he should have, but, you know, he was close to Vlad, so...
Yeah. Fair enough.
Fair enough, indeed.
Darkseer gonna go Shivas. Morphling gonna be, of course, going his complete shotgun build, but he's actually building a BKB next. Against... Yeah, I guess he just doesn't want to get stunned up.
Yeah, they have a Sand King, they have an Invoker, they got a Shadow Shaman,
It's
they
not
got
that
Darkseer.
bad, but the epicenter damage is gonna be huge.
If he gets vacuumed epicentered, like, he needs a way to stop that.
Yep. So yeah, that's probably a good pick, and this is going to be really close. I think that now that this Ursa's got BKB, it's going to be so rough for Team Improving to take these fights.
Yeah, and I love it. They're top. They're like last year too, guys. This is our goal right here.
Yep. They're pushing. They got objective-based gaming. 14-16 here, 26 minutes in. It's been about a kill per minute here in the RD2L. Oh man, this is so good. That epicenter was so amazing.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see another one of those. And do we have level 2? Yep, level 2 epicenter. It's
nice.
Up and ready.
It's so good. They don't have a veil or anything like that yet, but the vacuum. I think. Oh man, vacuum's so good with this. It's gonna be so. Now, let me think about the team fight potential. They had this Ravage versus Dempsetter, won again, and now the Dire team really close to the top tower. Oh, there's the blink in from the Blink Ursa with the BKB. 3 right clicks, take down the Skywrath Mage, follow up Sand King stun. Both the supports are dead in one more right click.
Close.
Boom. Oh, there's
2
the
down.
heal. And he gets him. But now on the back lines, here comes the Ravage. Is it going to be here? The BKB's down. That's a 5-man Ravage. Eye of the Storm takes down his Shadow Shaman. Morphling as well. Tries to combo the Invoker. He's doing some damage, but now the Razor's down. It's only Morphling and Tidehunter right now. Dire team going in. Earthshock's there. 55% slow. Stands in a Mystic Flare. He's super low now. The right clicks from the Morphling. Takes down the Ursa, but he's got the Aegis. Darkseer, he's going down now. The spells, the Arcane Bolt, doing a little bit of damage. Earthshock is after the Ursa's manning up, doing a little bit of healing. Sand King comes back in as well. Morphling's almost dead. It's Sandstorm here in the team fight, and that's pretty much going to be it. No one's going to die. And Invoker's really, really close.
Well done by the Sand King to come back in, and the Invoker got away right in the nick of time, and just again there. But yeah, that Invoker missed his Sunstrike and his Meatball, but he was able to force Staff away and get out before the Tidehunter could kill him, which was well played by him.
So you would say that, but his spells didn't have a big contribution in that fight.
No, not that fight. But he got E-bladed right away, so I would say that was kind of more important.
That's true.
Just because you can't have that happen to the Ursa. And the Ursa BKB to get those 2 kills early, and that Skywrath, I'm pretty sure, bought back,
yes.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Let's find out here. The I button, and he did, yes.
Yes, he bought back. So, and by the way, like, perfect idea from the Skywrath. Like, you got the money for it, you have to fight.
Yep, you're a support.
That's your last tier too.
Yeah, you're
that's
like,
your
I'm
job.
not a carry, so I shouldn't buy back. No, if you have spells to use, you're a support. You're even more so should buy back if you can to help your carries out.
Yeah, and it worked out so well. It did a ton of damage to that Ursa on his second life.
Oh, the shotgun on the Darkseer in the bottom lane. There's the waveform, but the mech coming out from the Darkseer. Is the Morphling going to be able to chase this? No, Darkseer's going to go back to base.
So I love that Darkseer has a Blink Dagger. I think since you're like really counting on Vacuum Wall Epicenter, like you need a Blink Dagger for that. But I think Plate Mail, I guess Shiva's is what he's doing. I'm 100% sure it's Shiva's, but I could be wrong. But I wish he would go for something other than Shiva's. Maybe a sheep or maybe a pipe. One of those things would be really important for their team. Less important or more important than a Shiva's would be.
Yeah. I do this a lot. I go brown boots and like don't actually complete them because when you have certain items to build, like you have to get that mech up. Yeah, you don't need boots right now, and like So I don't know what boots he would go, but then it just kind of transitions into boots of travel in the late game pretty well. And if you don't need like mana boots or anything, I'd say sometimes you can leave it brown boots.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Also true.
Also true. Yeah, I mean, did you just watch the Sand King when he makes the noise? Oh, here comes the Ursa blinking in on the Tidehunter. He's BKB's up. That's an instantly almost dead. The Ravage does come out, but it's only on one person who didn't have a BKB up. Yeah, and now it was Ursa still manning up. His BKB's over. Now he's getting static link. He has no damage. Epicenter onto 2, doing tons of damage. It's taking out the Vengeful Spirit and the Razor, but there's the mech. Sand King goes down. Dire team on the ropes. They're running away. That Sand King wasn't enough, and it was a little late. The Ursa did die, and so did the Shadow Shaman as well.
I like his decision to go on the Tidehunter and he got the BKB off, and so Ravage literally did nothing. But what happened after that? Sand King started channeling an Epicenter, which was good, but it wasn't in conjunction with Vacuum, and it got like one person kinda.
Yeah, it really wasn't. I don't even actually remember where the Vacuum was used.
Yeah, me neither. I don't remember seeing it at all. Actually, I do remember seeing it as after the Epicenter was over and most of the fight had already taken place.
I think he might have been late to the fight.
Yeah, they should have communicated that better to each other, because if you have that ability, you need to make sure you use that like every time, even if it's only on 2 people. You need to make sure it gets those 2 people.
Yep.
And Razor has a mech and a lot of health, and he's tanky. You got to use that on him and make sure it gets like max damage out of it.
Well, I'd say that the Dire team, Team Pants, is actually pretty strong given the lack of an Epicenter and given the lack of a Ravage. I think they still can man up and get some single target picks and take a team fight.
They're ahead on kills even after that bad exchange for him, so they definitely can. You're 100% right.
Yep. Yeah, certainly. And like without the Ravage, they can just blink in, and they still.
Poor Ursa blinked into the spot of waiting is what I'll name that spot officially.
Bear. Play the world's smallest violin for this Ursa.
Ursa cares not for your violins.
He's back into the game. Alright, I'm over. I'm over it.
Nice. Ursa looks like he's going BKB. Pretty solid next choice, specifically for trying to kill the agile Morphling. You're not going to be able to stop his morphing ability, but you'll still be able to stop him from moving, which is really important.
Yeah. But this Morphling is getting pretty out of control. His net worth is on the top of the charts by far now.
This is definitely why they needed to try to get this to happen sooner rather than later. I mean, he did get the 20-minute or the 21-minute shotgun, so they definitely had their opportunity. Oh, and on the Tidehunter illusion, will they fall for it?
Yeah, he should have baited it out a little bit more. He should have walked away when he saw them to kind of
definitely.
Yeah. But still baiting out some spells. Oh, now the Morphling comes in. Shotgun on the Darkseer, who's already surged up. Unfortunately, Mech's going to be there. There's going to be nothing else but a Gush. He's going to be slow after this, but Epicenter, unfortunately, they're not grouped up enough. He only got a one-man stun, and that's the Sand King dead now. There's the Meatball on the Tidehunter, but it doesn't do enough. And Ursa's manning up, and he's manning up into a Static Link, and he goes down as well. This is looking really bad for the Dire team. Shadow Shaman running away as well. Ravage is there. That was the Refresher Ravage. Complete team wipe. They're all dead!
You need to come up with your own catchphrase for that.
Well, until I do. I can't even. I also gotta find my Scream voice, because that's mainly what I'm practicing here. Is like LD's Scream there. It was really good. He's actually got. And then Toby, same thing. You know, that's the common signature of a really good caster. And so I gotta get mine.
I 100% know for a fact that you are capable of screaming. So
yep. Oh.
Maybe you can do that soon.
Well, I don't even know how to take that comment. You saying I'm gonna scream like a girl?
No, I didn't say that.
You think I can scream?
We've played music together. I happen to know.
Oh yeah, that's true. We've had our times of just belching it, or not belching it, but belting it. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for in the car.
Belting. Yep.
Just freaking belting it. That's a different idea entirely. Is belching it together, just like in the car, just burp.
I don't think we've had that time.
No, that time hasn't come yet. But Roshan was going the way of the Radiant team for a little bit before it got contested, and it was smart for them to go out, because that would have been a blink in from Ursa and the Sand King as well. Sunstrike being split by the Razor and the Skywrath Mage, and no actual fight happening yet. Waveform up on the top hill. He thought he could find someone. That was a really far
for that Shadow Shaman too.
Yeah, so close.
Wow, Tidehunter has a refresher orb. I did not know that.
He used that in the last fight, and it just kind of did so much work. Big tornado with the meatball, doing a good amount of damage on the Razor, but now the Ursa's getting static linked again. He needs to run away from that. Finally, it's over with. There's no Ravage to be said for. There's the Morph waveform in. He's going on the Invoker. There's the Vacuum, doing a little bit. The Razor's almost about to go down. The Ursa goes down. Finally, he didn't get like hurt that much by the static linked shotgun on the Invoker. Is there going to be a gush? One more last hit, but he's fast because he has the Wex. He's got the Eagles as well, and on the back line, it looks like Morphling was able to get a kill on someone over here. I guess he killed the Invoker. So I actually, I thought he was in some other place, but he found the kill on the Morphling, or on the Invoker.
Wow. So I'm getting worried. Team Pants, their time might be over on the free reign that they had earlier.
Yeah, this is hardcore. Oh man, that refresher wasn't even there for that fight, and they still won.
And they still won.
Yeah, the Ravage is gonna be there. That's such a huge threat. He got it 35 minutes in, not pretty damn fast, but a blink in from the Sand King. The Ursa comes in as well. There's the Ravage. There's gonna be another one as well in 1 second. It's gonna be used. Sand King almost dying. He's manning up. Is there gonna be a second Ravage? He's gonna use. He doesn't have enough mana. He needs to wand as well, but he doesn't really need it. Waveform going in, trying to get the Sand King. Didn't find it. Shadow Shaman runs away as well.
Ursa had a buyback, but he bought his recipe and belt of strength, so he doesn't anymore. That seems like a mistake.
Shotgun.
Shotgun.
Poof. Hey, Nahamahaya.
It feels like they built that item specifically for Morphling and then later Tinker.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the Invoker. Here's the combo with these Ravages there to mess with their engagement. Tidehunter goes down, and there's the Epicenter as well. So that's doing a good amount to reinitiate. It was both ultimates. Now Morphling's by himself. That was 2 kills on the Tidehunter and the Venge, and Sand King goes down to him. Adaptive Strike. Now it's manning up against this Darkseer. You can't do this. This guy's got a Scotty. He's really strong. He's an alien from a comet. He's gonna go on, and now it's the Invoker's turn. Is he gonna man up? Is he gonna fall as well? Yule's being used. He's like, oh crap. Nope. I'm out of here. But Morphling.
I've made a mistake like all of the others.
Sun Striker. He gets out.
Yeah, Morphling had like full strength, I'm pretty sure at that point.
Yeah, 93 strength to 65 agility. I think that Morphling could have killed the Ops to TP out, despite the fact that he was the Invoker was the only one up by the Dire team at that given moment. But
I am 100% sure that Morphling could have killed that Invoker.
2 true for me, 3 true 5 me. Indeed. 32-25, and it's still a game, ladies and gentlemen. Still a game here in the RD2L as Ursa goes on this Skywrath Mage. One of his hits went to the creep. He missed there. He can't control his paws now that he's hitting this strongly. He's just like, rrr! He just completely whiffed in his own way.
He's just showing that he doesn't even care. He's like, I'll get you and this other guy.
He's like, hits the Skywrath twice, looks at the creep, pow, baps him, and goes last hit on the Skywrath.
So this double damage has been top for a while. Like, I remember a couple plays ago, I was just making boxes over this double damage for quite some time, and then I look again, it's still there.
Yep.
But Sand King does pick it up.
Yep. Lead jungling, holla holla, get dollar, double damage Sandstorm.
I don't think that's how either of those interactions
work. You are wrong. You don't know.
Pretty sure.
Lucker noob.
I like how that's an insult in some places.
You're just a lucker.
Wow.
Veil of Discord is purchased on the Sand King now. There's going to be some extra magic damage. It's going to be wonderful. That Invoker is going to be happy to see that as well. And an Ag Scepter. Don't know when Invoker picked that up, but let's see how well he can spell sling.
Yeah, I haven't seen him like throw out spells constantly, but this is the time within the game where he can do it, so let's see if he can. It's way better than seeing Invokers who build like first item Aghanim Scepter, like the biggest waste of money in the game, so...
Yep. Who got the Aegis?
Ursa got the Aegis, now he has the cheese.
Oh, they gave him the cheese. Yeah, I was like, he has cheese now, so I figured he didn't want to... Okay, now Dire grouped up. They're kind of pretty grouped up, and are they going to go on the rating? The Razor's up on here in the high ground. Honeypot-ish. He was like wondering if they were there. They still don't know. This Morphling's going really far, but he's got a replicate, so he's not too worried. Are they going to go on him? He's just going to TP out. The Ursa blinks away astutely. He knows he can't go on this Morphling because Morphling's just going to replicate away. Shotgun on the Ursa. He hasn't popped BKB yet. There's the Tornado to initiate. Is this a good initiation? Sunstrike plus the Basher. All the nuke damage. A swap, though. Morphling does die with a huge Epicenter. In the Ravage as well. Here comes the Refresher. The Dire team are dying, but it's already too late. It's 3v3. Wow, okay, so they did indeed go the way of the Dire team. It was even there for a second. He had Yules to cancel the TP.
Nice Yules.
And now there's going to be the Bashers, and it's going to be dead.
Wow.
They're all dead!
Okay. Yeah, finally. Making me feel a little bit better about my bet.
Dude, this is a real bet right here.
Yeah, so again, that was the second time they had the perfect vacuum epicenter combo, and look how well it worked. Sure, they lost a lot of people, but Ursa BKB'd in time. He avoided a lot of that damage, and they got that Razor out,
He
so
avoided
he wasn't
the double
getting zapped or
ravage.
linked anymore, and worked out amazingly well. If they can do that for every team fight, they will have no problem securing me my personal victory.
Buyback from the Razor, he's coming. Skywrath is here with a rank 2 Mystic Flare. Yule's coming out from the Invoker. The combo's gonna be here. It's an instant death on the Skywrath Mage. Their buyback from Razor. He is coming in. He needs to make something.
Get out.
There's the swap coming out from the Venge. Ursa mans up, goes on the Venge. The swap wasn't good. The static link's there. He's chasing a little bit. He didn't steal that much damage though. 84. That's a drop in the bucket. Yeah, this Ursa can just still man up, but can they get this tower? This Razor's the only one up. They go on him. There's the 55% slow. Eye of the Storm's there, though. Mech is there. Tornado to make sure they can catch up. Here comes the Basher. It's going to hit. There's the first hit bash, and that's a kill on the buyback Razor.
Wow. Wow, I can't believe Invoker's TPing away.
Yeah, this is a great
tower. Get the racks here. Oh, no. Morphling's up. They need to get out. Everyone's low. A shotgun will kill anybody.
Wow.
Good, no, great choice. They got the tower, no sense getting shotgun and killed for no reason. So, good game sense.
Well freaking played, man. If that Ursa didn't have that BKB up during that Ravage, like, what do you do if you're a Tidehunter? You have to go in at that point, and that just means the Ursa was smart enough to just know when he needs to pop it. It's like there's not really the threat of a Blink Ravage because the Tidehunter wouldn't really go on that because it was just a solo Ursa. So they could have maybe done that, but that would probably be not the best idea. And as a Tidehunter, you don't want to do that, especially when you're up against an epicenter on the other team. So like he went in and just like waited for it, and then that BKB was just so good.
I was gonna say I wish Ursa would build. Oh, he is actually doing it. I was gonna say I wish he'd build a sheep stick, but actually I wish he'd build a new BKB. Is what I really want to see, because he's down to the 4-second one. He needs to dodge a lot of things, and with a 4-second BKB, that's gonna be real hard to do.
So true.
Because double Ravage, it lasts 2.7 seconds, so if you like time that well, you should be able to get him with at least one of those, or at least wait with the second one long enough.
Yep. Wow, I just realized the Invoker has a Yule's Force Staff, and so does the Shadow Shaman.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's not super common with the Shadow Shaman. Normally you see like Aghanim's Refresher, but
so now why would you get with a Yule's when there's an Invoker with Tornado and a Yule's for a Tornado? Like, what are you actually looking for to do with this Yule's?
I would imagine like taking people out of the team fight long enough for Ursa to get one of them down, because Ursa can't fight a whole team at once. He can fight one person at a time. So if you can take a person out for a couple seconds, let Ursa get one or two down, then the odds have changed back within your favor.
Yeah, okay, so here's the question is, would it be worth it to have a Refresher instead right now, or an Aghanim Scepter?
Probably. A Morphling is going to be able to kill, let's say, even a Refresher Aghanim's like amount of wards, but the wards could probably still take something out. I don't know. That's a hard choice. Like,
yeah,
I get some of the logic here. It makes sense to me.
And it's good against the Mystic Flare. It's good against have a couple Force Staffs, because Invoker is probably going to save his Force Staff for like Invoker things. So having a support Force Staff,
underrate utility that you get out of things.
Definitely true. And so a
Tidehunter with the Shivas and Scythe on Ursa.
So now I really hope that he does take his next item and make a new BKB. That would be a huge investment.
He needs it so bad.
Yeah, and what's 3,900 gold at this point in the game? It's not that bad. That's a pretty cheap item.
Yeah, I really wish he would have got it before his Scythe. It seems so much more important. Like, a Scythe is good, specifically when dealing with Morphling. So I'm not saying he's the worst thing I've ever seen and made the worst decision ever.
Yeah, more kite ability. Another thing that Morphling can't morph through.
Yeah, if you get him before it, and
there it is. It's getting morphed. There's the Sunstrike. Bash is coming in. Swap from the Venge. But now there's the Mystic Flare. Doesn't do anything. The BKB is going to be over, though. Tidehunter's going to come in after this. He blinks in, but instantly he gets hit by the Deafening Blast. There's the first Ravage. There's the second. Doing a little bit, but the BKB Invoker doesn't really care. But the Ursa does go down. He is down now. There's so low HP on the Razor. There's no more right clicks. Invoker thought he went this direction, but he didn't. It was misdirection coming out from the Razor, and he's going to dodge the Invoker instead.
So, I don't think that Morphling actually died. I think he replicated out, or did he buy back?
see right here. He did not buy back. He replicated
Yeah,
out.
so he replicated out when he was low. See, like, it didn't even, like, net the kill, and then the double Ravage happened, and Ursa was gone.
Yeah.
Like, he was close. He almost did it, so it is possible.
Yeah.
But the BKB seems more important.
So true. And yeah, wow, that was really bad. Yeah, he got owned by that. And yeah, and the Morphling was just able to replicate away. Like, I'm actually, despite the fact that Morphling did just fine there, I'm surprised he doesn't have a Linken's a little bit based on what the like some of the spells coming out from the Dire team. Now with the
BKB is just so much safer. I think he has to go BKB specifically for the epicenter.
This Invoker, it's the second EMP onto them, but now the Morphling comes in. Invoker almost gets bursted down by the shotgun. Morphling right-clicks on the Invoker, not doing anything. Now Darkseer's getting focused. Tidehunter's almost dead as well as the Razor. They're super close, but it's only a Sand King here, and that's it for the Dire team. They're not going to be able to kill these really close-to-death heroes coming out from the Radiant team, and this is going to be a Roshan for Team Improving. Go Improving. Give me a point for our bets. That's going to be cheese as well.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh is what I'll say.
Indeed. Feeling the heat, Ranxious?
Truly I am. We're about to be 1-1 maybe.
Yep. I'm back in the game. Ursa, he's screaming though. He's like, no, I'll give you that point. He goes in, but he's by himself. He doesn't have the team to really back him up right now. Sand King comes in, but not a very good initiation. BKB is popped, and that is just 4-second BKB. It's done right now. There are no kills. In fact, Shadow Shaman goes down. The Dire team are on the ropes. There's the Sunstrike going to do some damage, but that's just the Sunstrike. It's nothing else. Like I said, you went in without any of your team members.
I don't know what happened there. He sheeped him, he like started to go on him, then he started attacking creeps, then Sand King goes in, misses a stun, they run around a little bit, and then everyone dies.
YOLO swag, 420 blaze at 360 no scope, XXX.
And, yep, that's exactly what happened.
Hard work, dedication.
That wasn't what I was talking about.
Platypus, Lord.
Platypuses indeed.
And that's 2 dead for the Dire. EMP on the Venge. Is this going to miss? No, it's actually going to hit and steal all of her mana. So bad. Sand King, Burrow striking in, into a Mystic Flare, taking some damage. Sunstrike almost kills the Vengeful Spirit. Now the Morphling's in here. He replicated in, I think, and he's going to do some damage to the Invoker. One last right-click. BKB's there. One last right-click, and he's going to take him down, but he can't get it on him. Now it's on the Darkseer. He's not going to be able to get this kill. Meatball's thrown, but nothing else. That's just a meatball. It's not going to do anything. Morphling is like, looks at it, and he's like, I'm from a comet, man. I've seen that thing that you just called to me. Meteors don't mean shit. It's comets. That's where it's at. And Morphling, stronger than ever, confident ever, throwing some smack talk on the Dire team, being represented by me. And Sand King goes in on the Morphling, but he instantly gets Toronto'd as well. Then the instant death on the Shadow Shaman from the Adaptive Strike. There's the Ravage. Here comes the second. It's going to be, the detection doesn't need it. There's not that many people, so they're just going to back up, take what they can. The Ursa's not going to be up for 10 seconds, and they're going to have a second Ravage when they do go in. This is going to be a Rax, certainly going the way of the Radiant team. There's the Refresher being used as well.
Just for when they need it.
Yep. I mean, it's always good, I guess, to use the Refresher Orb at that point, because no point not using it, really. When you're a Tidehunter, there's the Tornado. Are they going to go on this? There's no follow-up, but the Ursa's manning up. There's the BKB, still 4 seconds. He's going on him. There's the Tornado, but there's the Vacuum doing some work. There's the Ravage, though, doing a little bit, stunning up the Dire teams. The Skywrath Mage is done. The Aegis is popped. He's back. The Morphling, he's back stronger than ever. He does in the Invoker in the Darkseer. He was instantly able to kill the Invoker, and on the backlines, Ursa is dying. He's dead. Invoker buying back. This is not going to be able to do anything. You're just an Invoker, and you have an Ags, but you're not doing crazy spell slinging right now. You can't push them from the racks to the Yules. Keeping the Morphling in his place. He has the BKB up. It's only 5 seconds right now, though. Invoker doing what he can. Cold Snap, taking off the racks, stalling as best he can. All 4 upper from the Dire team and an Epicenter, doing tons of damage. Veil is there as well. The Razor, super dead, super close. Tidehunter's dead, Morphling's dead. Razor's there's the swap
Nice
coming
swap.
out from Venge, and the Magic Missile to protect him. Buyback coming out from the Morphling. Does he have bots? Is he going to come back? I don't really know. Can't click on him for some reason. There it is. He does bots back. He comes in. There's the Invoker dying. The Darkseer almost to follow. He one right click and the Darkseer goes down. Wow. The Scotty doing so much damage. And the replicate, huge range on that. He replicates the Razor, but he's not going to TP to him. Sand King actually comes out of his invis kind of cave there in the sandstorm. I guess that's the real word. His invis sandstorm. But yeah.
It's definitely not a cave.
It's some kind of metaphorical cave. more like a
I don't know
sandstorm.
if that's true either.
And that's a Rax going the way of team improving. He's going in shotgun on the Shadow Shaman. He's stunned up a little bit by the Burrow Strike, but he's going to be able to man up on this. Surge isn't up for 5 seconds. Is there going to be right click slows from the Scotty? The Scotty doing work, y'all. And Sand King comes back. He's the one who's surged just a little bit. That's what it was used on. He goes into the Fountain, gets stunned in Fountain. The throws are real. Brick. Wow! He actually replicates away. Ah! That was legit.
Oh, the fun of playing Morphling.
Swag. Beep, 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 beep. Swag. So what if I swagger? Correct hero.
Wraith King, best hero. Talks about swag. And a butterfly being built for Morphling. Nail on the coffin coming out.
Nail in the coffin. Oh man, this is. I'm glad I had the right team.
I honestly believe that if he would have got that BKB, they would have won that fight. They could have pushed in, got a double Rax, and this game would have been turned around off of that 10-second BKB instead of the 4-second that he had. I 100% believe that.
So true. Well, we're in a lull here as everyone's farming. I'll take this chance to introduce us here. Next level Dota. This is Ranktious, and next, I'm Ranktious.
I'm next.
That's a reverse, guys. I'm actually next. We cast every day.
The one problem we've heard recently is apparently we sound alike. And what's Nex's idea? Let's screw with our viewer base so nobody knows what's happening.
And a kill on Sand King's shotgun from the Morphling. Tyrande off the mark. And by Tyrande, of course, I mean Tornado, and he replicates to safety. Yeah, we do sound alike, and yes, I think I'm Pants.
What's wrong with you?
Anyways, yeah, so this is the Next Level Dota stream. We like to make fun of ourselves because we're super not funny. Dad jokes 24/7, 365. But there might be some action here in the top lane that'll interrupt my introduction just a little bit. But yeah, once again, we cast every day. So give us a follow if you like our voices that are apparently very much alike. We'll find Dota every day, all day. Pretty much have only had about 1 day in the last 4 weeks that we haven't casted, pretty much. So, yeah, ooh, Ravage initiation comes in from there's going to be the second Ravage to follow. It's only going to hit. It's actually a BKB from Invoker, so it didn't really do that much, but they were able to get the kill from the Darkseer and the Sand King, but buyback from the Sand King. So now they're looking to fight a little bit more. Eye of the Storm still popping for quite a while. He does have the Ags and the Refresher. That's 2 Eye of the Storms. They can go out to high ground with this, but unfortunately the Radiant team aren't going to do it. If they just throw themselves at that Rax, that could be the third Rax, but they don't want to throw the game. They want to make sure they're safe, and they'll wait till the next cooldowns are up. Roshan will be up, indeed, apparently in the next 1.5 minutes to 4.5 minutes.
Who even knows?
Who even knows? X amount of time, X minutes, words.
Stuff.
Tyrandos.
Natural enemy of platypuses.
Yep. Cosbys. All the inside jokes. I'm Pants.
So literally, we've been doing this 4 weeks now, and we have crazy amount of inside jokes.
Yep, it's just started. Like, it's gonna keep going, guys. You're best to invest in your future and start listening now.
This casting is eventually gonna turn into Archer, is what I'm gonna say. For those of you who haven't watched Archer, Archer's like 6 seasons of now only inside jokes.
Oh, really? Is that true?
That is 100% true.
Gotcha. I have not watched 1 episode of Archer, by the way.
It's don't start at the end. You will not understand.
It'll just be the dumbest show ever.
Funny. Yeah, you'll be like, why would people find any of this funny?
Who watches any show without watching it from the beginning? And by that I mean a lot of people do that, but I mean they're stupid. You need anything you watch, you gotta watch it from the beginning.
Who would even know, man?
Yeah, anime is taught us that we just need to watch from the beginning.
Start from the beginning.
Yep.
That's what you learned from anime.
Yeah.
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 If you were to pick up DBZ right at the end, would you have any clue what's going on?
Oh my God, no. That's what you get for No, wait, what did he say? That's what you get for acting to Mickey. That's what you get for acting to Mickey.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Dragon's Ball Pei. For anyone who hasn't seen it, go watch Dragon's Ball Pei on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure you've made me watch that at some point.
Yeah. It's
I would bet I didn't
funny.
find it funny.
It's probably my most rewatched YouTube video of all time. It's a dragon.
Had a stat tracker, and then we would know.
Yeah, that's true. That'd be a good like YouTube like self-tracking. They should give achievements. Like you know that Audible has achievements for like listening to audiobooks?
I did not.
Yeah. They like legitimately give people achievements for listening to audiobooks. And like they have different ones like watching full series, like a certain number of minutes, like amount of times you've marathoned some listening. It's really weird.
I like how an audiobook company has taken from like video games in general.
It's pretty amazing.
That's smart, because if you want to get people addicted, give them something to like a side project they can work on while doing something else.
By the way, this is how Ranktious and I have conversations. We just go on tangent after tangent. I don't even know how many tangents we've already gone on. Probably like 5, at least.
The game's still happening. We'll go back to that.
Oh yeah, there is a game. Happening. Well, it's perfect timing because now the Radiant team are going in. Improving the shotgun. Here's the Ravage. It hits everyone. Here comes the second Ravage. It's gonna hit the 3. There's a BKB following him from Invoker, but there's nothing the Dire team can do after this. The Radiant team way too tanky. Double Ravage just making it buyback from Ursa. He's not gonna stop though. He's gonna at least go on this Tidehunter, but that's not the best target. He's tanky, and you're just not gonna be able to do any damage right now. And he's already expended his load, and he's hard to kill. Look at that. He finally goes down. Ursa just getting slammed by the double Eye of the Storm coming out from the Razor Ag's Refresher. And Invoker going to go down as well. This is it. Buyback from Invoker. This is so funny because this Team Pants were like flipping off, smack talking Team Improving. And Morphling getting shackled up here right next to the fountain. He BKBs. Look at the Satanic heal. Oh my god, it's so strong. The Satanic doing work. He goes right into the fountain. He doesn't have a replicate up, but he could have one up. A GG comes out from Team Pants. Team Improving worked for every 2 of their victories that they've had today.
Yes, they have.
And they earned it.
By the way, like they definitely were not at the advantage here. At one point, this Morphling had no items, no money, and Ursa just started snowballing pretty hard, and they couldn't like do anything about it, but they persevered. Props.
Huge props from Team Improving and Team Pants. Team Pants, I'd recommend getting a different name, but you know, if you can actually win games, it'd make it that much better to actually flip people off. But one day you'll win. But seriously, well played. Yeah. Serious props to everyone. The Ursa play there for you guys, Team Pants, really good. You employed his strengths. You kept acting. The blink from Sand King, the blink from Ursa, such good, strong early game aggression. And as well as the Surge. Really good draft, too. I really liked it, especially those 3. The Invoker pick, you know, the Send Strikes definitely help. That's true. The push power from the Shadow Shaman. So I'd say it's a pretty solid draft. So well played for both those teams.
Yeah, definitely true.